Pats quarterback Drew Bledsoe addressed the crowd from the Jumbotron.
I love
and
it.
introduced himself as the original Bledsoe,
Oh,
trolling Eric Bledsoe. Mr. Boston?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, come on.
Drew Bledsoe, former quarterback of the New England Patriots.
The guy Tom Brady took his job.
Oh, man.
So, you got to watch your back. No, he was beloved in Boston.
Definitely
and
was.
really around the NFL for a long time. And to see him
Everybody wanted to know who is Bledsoe, so they had to put him on the Jumbotron.
So there you go. Make fist pumps. Check out this fan trying to give LeBron a high five, and then he played it off with a fist pump.
Hey, he played it off good, though. Look.
It's about the pivot and the recovery.
Too cool to be embarrassed. Look, too cool to be embarrassed. That's what you got to. You got to.
Something to be embarrassed. We've got, the fist pump is
good. You got
good.
that tiger in him.
Right? It'll be fine. I think people just wanted to show Tiger video in our control room. I don't really know why this is. There we go.
Played that off perfect.
And
Hey. Nope.
Fist pump. There you go.
There you go.
Nope. Right? This photos at halftime. Russell Westbrook had an incident with the fan. This was on
What you talk about, Willis?
As he walked into the tunnel.
What you talk about, Willis?
Another fan after the game as he walked into the tunnel.
Hey, Mr. Drummond, get him.
I mean, what you
talk about, Willis?
Look at where the phone is, kind of right near his face. I had several players text me over the weekend and say, you cannot, after a guy has lost in a series, you cannot stick something that close into his personal space.
Listen,
Do you agree with that?
He lost, he was frustrated. Oh, man, I feel him on that. I feel him.
You know what?
I'm surprised he didn't grab it and, chuck it somewhere.
Someone did that earlier this year. Did not go so well for them. Make awareness after James Harden cooks Rudy Gobert for the layup. Watch Harden. Look at this. Watch Harden look at the camera. How did he find the camera?
As we saw early on, there is a cosmic force governing the movement of all these
did y'all see that?
Come on. Look at him. Watch him. Yep. And then
players,
he's like,
Players always know
long
the
enough
camera.
that you knew it was on purpose. He didn't just glance over there. He was like.
Players know where that camera is, I'm telling you.
Harden dropping 41 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists in this Game 1 win over the Jazz.
Unguardable.
And look, Paul, the Jazz defense is what they've relied on all season. Gobert, a favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year, and yet, how do they slow down Harden in Game 2?
You got to take the ball out of his hand. You got to trap him at half court. We already are witnessing probably one of the best one-on-one players in the game. So when he has you at the top and he's doing all this dribbling, you got to run another trap at him. Let's see if some of these other guys can beat you. Yeah, CP, he'll be a recipient of it and he can make plays, but get the ball out of Harden's hands. I'm tired of seeing the numerous ISOs, the numerous pick and rolls at the top to where he's either doing a step back three or getting all the way to the hole. Get the ball out of his hands. You're going to give yourself the best chance. Like right here, you're on an island. There's nothing you can do. Listen, if P.J. Tucker can beat you, if Luke Mabamute can beat you, you got to see. You got to see. But Harden, we know he can beat you.
Right, it's interesting because the Jazz are not a team that enjoys trapping. They're one of these teams that says we stay out of rotations at all costs. We've got the guy back there who can take away the rim. And clearly that's what they're doing, which is, hey, look, we'll guard the rim. We will, we're not going to switch up. I mean, we're going to basically just say, if you want to step back and beat us, you can step back and beat us. I'm with you. I actually prefer a blitz.
Yeah, obviously that hasn't worked all year long. They haven't beat Houston all year long in the regular season, and it didn't look close yesterday. The game is about adjustments. You can't be stubborn. Even though it worked so long, you can't be stubborn as a coach. Now, James is a different animal. It's a reason he's going to be MVP. So maybe you change your game plan up.
I mean, Russell Westbrook was the perfect matchup for Rudy Gobert because what does Russell Westbrook like to do? Barrel to the basket. Yeah. What does Gobert do? Defend the basket.
Exactly.
Obviously, Harden is a much different situation for them, and I'm curious. Quinn Snyder's really good. I am
curious.
He's been
great this year.
They will release a live lion onto the floor. That is really
that will do it.
I mean,
that's kind of the thing, right? So we saw what the Rockets can do in that game. They looked very tough to defend, and then we saw Warriors Pelicans. It was a blowout, right? That second quarter, they just blew it open, right? Warriors waltzing their way, 22-point victory overall, and they did it without Steph. So I don't know. You look at both of those games played this weekend, the Houston game, the Warriors game. Who is your title favorite again?
The favorite, I mean, 1A and 1B. What this tells me is it is just further evidence that the season is 6 weeks too long, that anything we detect as a vulnerability in March and April should be completely ignored because nobody cares. Again, the season is 22 games too long in this league, and those vulnerabilities are often just just nothing but deception.
I mean, what you see is a team who's been to the finals 3 straight times. So those vulnerabilities that you saw during the regular season, they got bored with the process.
Right.
So, like, now when playoff comes, they have another level they can get to. They know they can press a button. I mean, they look awesome, especially without Steph. I didn't see that coming. You know, especially with the way the Pelicans have been playing.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis looking like the best player in the league in that series versus Portland. And they just took it to him. So it's going to be scary when Steph comes back.
Are they your title favorites? Because I know you've given love to the Rockets.
To be the champs, you got to beat the champs. And so you're the favorite until you get knocked off.
Right.
You know, they're the champs, and they look great.
The other thing we forget is this was a top 3 defense each of the previous years. And no disrespect to Steph, but losing Steph doesn't necessarily compromise that. So when they want to be a top defensive team, they can.
They know how to do it.
And they have been this postseason.
And this is matchups, too, right? New Orleans had a good matchup against Portland. This is definitely not a good matchup or as good a matchup for them. Steph expected to try to come back in Game 2. And by the way, I'm used to seeing playoff Iggy, that he just changes his game and kind of joins us during the postseason. Playoff Draymond this year, he did not have his best regular season, but he has been great this postseason. Coming up, I sat down with DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, and they did talk about matching up with the Cavs, because if you want to come out of the East, you got to go through LeBron. Hear what they had to say.
You ever had a Snickers almond? I love almonds. You like almonds?
I like almonds.
That's what I said.